Today I'm going to be talking about New Year's resolutions and how you guys can ensure a successful 2021. So every single year a bunch of us ends up making New Year's resolutions, and more often than not we never end up sticking to them. And the next year comes, or the following year comes, and we end up making the same resolutions again. Okay, so this time I thought, okay, what 3 things would I advise someone to do in order to stick to their New Year's resolution? And so I thought about this and I came to 3 factors. So the first factor is having a clear vision. You need to have a clear vision of what you want to achieve this year. And I actually recommend writing this down. The reason for that is, as you write down your goals and you start to visualize it, it becomes clearer and clearer. And you start to understand specifically what exactly it is that you want to achieve this year. Because when times get tough and you lose motivation, the thing that's going to keep you sticking to the plan is that vision, okay, that end goal. So for example, let's say you wanted to lose, I don't know, 10 kg for example. Having a clear vision of what you look like 10 kg less, having a clear vision of that number on the scale being 10 kg less, having a clear vision of wearing clothes that fit you better. Those visualizations is what's going to keep you on track on your diet, on whatever it is that you need to do to kind of achieve that goal. So that's step number 1, have a clear vision. Arnold Schwarzenegger actually describes this really well, and he actually says, you could have the best ship in the world, right? But if the ship doesn't know where it's going, then it's just not going to end up anywhere, right? You need to have a clear direction. So step number 1, have a clear vision. Okay, so step number 2. Step number 2 is about having a clear plan. A plan is really important because if you have a vision, that's great. Now you know what you need to work towards, but how are you going to get there? Okay, so that's why it's really important to have a clear plan, step by step, of what you need to do. The simpler the plan, the better it is. The more complicated the plan that you create, it can put you off from sticking to your plan. So keep it simple, keep it short, keep it concise, and have confidence and faith in yourself that you're going to figure it out as you go along. Okay, things are never going to follow exactly to plan. Understand that, accept that. But by having a clear direction, you kind of know, okay, cool, even if I fall off at this point or this point, the next bit is this bit. So make sure you have a clear plan. So you've got your vision, you've got your plan. What's the third component? The third component is to keep yourself accountable. And oftentimes you'll hear online, people are like, oh yeah, so and so, I made a bet with someone so that I'm gonna achieve this thing by this date, right? And that kept me accountable and I stuck with it. But there's other ways of actually keeping yourself accountable, and I think other better, meaningful ways of keeping yourself accountable. So what I did when I needed to lose a lot of weight is I created a whiteboard, and on this whiteboard I basically have the date on one side, I have what I trained that day, and next to it I basically have how many calories I consumed. And I have this every single day. I wake up, I weigh myself, I put today's date, what I'm going to train today, and I put the calories for the day previously on the whiteboard. After 7 days I calculate my average, and then I compare my average to the weeks prior, and I see, okay, and I gauge how well am I doing. So if, for example, I notice that my weight has stayed the same, then I know I need to change it up. If I realize my weight has increased and I'm trying to lose weight, then I know I'm not tracking properly, then I know that there's something wrong with my diet, there's something wrong with my plan, and that indicates to me that I now need to go along and revise that plan, and it needs to be revised because now I'm not actually on track to hitting my vision. So that's why it's really important to keep yourself accountable, because it indicates to you whether or not you're doing the right thing, whether or not your action is correct, right? Your plan is correct. But also you use this to motivate you, because as you start looking at your your graph, your table, whatever it is, hopefully if you can get some numbers with it, then you can start to see like a trend. You can start to see your progress over time. So it's really, really motivating. It's really, really encouraging when actually you look at it, you know, I don't know, week 10, and you notice, damn, I've lost 8 pounds already, or 8 kg already, compared to where you was on week 1. And this is good because, you know, things are always going to pop up, and when things pop up to kind of distract you, to take you off the right path, you're now going to remember your vision. You're also going to remember how far you've come. And this, I think these 3 things, if you guys do that, you'll ensure a successful 2021. Okay, so let me know how this goes, and you know, leave a comment in the comment section below of what your goals are for this year, and you know, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.